On this 2010 Dodge Ram 1500 with a 4.7, we have a code P2504. And I was doing some checking, and I believe I already found the problem. And what I got is I've got two meters set up side by side. The old crappier looking meter is reading 12.36 volts, and the leads are going back directly to the battery. The newer looking gauge or meter is reading roughly 14.5 volts, and I'm tied in at the alternator and then battery negative. So what we have is we have roughly a little over 2 volts higher output at the alternator than we have at the battery itself. So that means we have a high resistance, or a pretty good size resistance between the alternator and the battery. And on this truck it has a fusible link that protects the alternator and the harness. And I looked at it a few minutes ago. It's got a fusible link, and I looked at it a few minutes ago. And if you look at it real close, you can see it on the back side of this red wire. Red wire, solid wire. The wire back here, or the plastic that you see back there, is the insulation off of the fusible link, and it's actually damaged and split open. I'm going to come around to this side and hopefully be able to see it. Let's see, can we see it yet? Yeah, you see that burn up wire down there? That's the inside of the fusible link. And what it's doing is that little bit of voltage is trying to bridge that gap right there. I guess we're just about the middle of the screen right now. Right there at the top of it. And if I was to push on it with a screwdriver or something, it would probably break completely off. The big problem that we got is, well, two big problems. Number one, we don't know what caused it. We're going to assume that it was caused by either installer error, or more than likely the old alternator shorted out. The other thing that we have to look at is that is part of a wiring harness. You have to buy that whole harness from Dodge and replace it. Now there's two alternatives. You can get a piece of 8-gauge fusible link and splice it back in there and fix the harness, but 8-gauge fusible link on a local level is about like finding hen's teeth, almost impossible. So what we're probably going to do, if we get the okay from the customer, is we're going to go ahead and if we get the okay from the customer, we're going to go ahead and make up a mega fuse holder, put in probably 175 or 200 amp fuse service to it, and reroute it to where it's tied in at the battery, and we'll probably mount it down in this area right here. But we got to wait on the customer to get the okay on it before we can get started on that, because even though we like doing this, we don't really like doing it for free.